Hello everyone, welcome to another expedition. Let's jump right in and see what champions we get access to. Alright, so there's a Zed. Not a huge fan of this card. I just think too many cards that are good and people pick early just line up really well against Zed. Obviously, a lot of the common removal, like Mystic Shot, deals with Zed. I mean, that's true for, some other champions, but a lot of those champions are at least cheaper. Um, Maokai, just haven't been impressed with this card. It's just really hard to toss 25 times, especially in Expedition, when your deck just can't really push towards that super consistently. Sap Magic, just not a good card either. So not very happy to take this pile. Lux, pretty good, pretty strong when you can build around her a lot of like good 6 mana spells on their own, and also you can chain up to this with different spells. When she transforms, she's very, very strong. Mage Seeker Insider, yeah, pretty decent. I haven't really played with this card since they reworked it. I suppose even added it to the game, but yeah, it looks really good. Mage Seeker Investigator also, works really well with Lux, so I'm very happy with all the cards in this pile. They synergize together very well. So what do we have here? We've got a Vi. Not a huge fan of Vi. Insightful Investigator. Eh, it's a bit hard to sort of build around this, especially with what we've taken so far. So not interested in this pile. So it's between Shen and Anivia here. So Shen, yeah, like not bad. We do want to grab, some of the barrier spells. That can be a good way to win combat and turn on Lux. Deny, it's okay. It's not the best card. Greenglade Caretaker works very well with Shen. I'd be pretty happy to have that in the deck. It also just works really well with Barrier. Nivea, like, not the worst champion. It's a pretty good late game champion, but just better sort of late game champions have been printed, which has sort of pushed Anivia, to the fringes a bit more. Avarice and Sentry, pretty good card. Call the Wild. Wow. So this card just looks completely unplayable to me. Um, I mean, the Yeti cards are like, some of them aren't bad. The Poro cards, most of them are pretty bad, so you're not going to take them too highly. Same as the Elnut cards, there are just like two of them, you're not going to take them super high. So I think that basically rules this pile out for me as well. Otherwise, I would strongly consider the Anivia, Avaros, and Sentry, late game deck. But maybe we can do that, just as well with Shen, be a bit more mid-rangey. Um, so Green Fang Warden, pretty good card. Detain, pretty good spell. Blade Scout, pretty good unit. Highwayman, not bad, but not really what we're looking for here. Redoubled Valor and Mage Seeker Conservator basically guaranteeing that we're going to have two 6-drop plus spells in our deck in some form, I think is just super strong. So I think we're going to go ahead and take that. It just synergizes very well with what we've got going on so far. So I'm not going to pick this middle pile. It's a whole new faction. We just want to stick to two factions. Okay, so we've got a back-to-back. We've got Vanguard First Blade as well. So back-to-back, another pretty good 6 cost spell. Could potentially win 2 combats. Solid 4-drop. We already have a lot of 4s this early in the draft, which is a little bit concerning. The other pile we'd consider is Laurent Blade Keeper, which is really strong. And Vanguard Defender, which is like a solid 2-drop. We want 2 drops, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and pick the really nice 6-drop spell, and then we don't have to worry so much about that going forward in the draft. Well, that being said, we're getting offered a lot of them. So, what do we have? Blinding Assault. Yeah, not the best 2-drop, but the fact you can spend spell mana on it is pretty strong. Okay, Stand United, so that's a good card with Shen. It's also, not bad with Lux and some of our other picks. I don't think 4 Demacia is just a great card on its own. I love the 3-drop unit that makes this spell, but on its own, I wouldn't never pick it, but I'm not a huge fan. Redoubled Valor. I feel, yeah, I would like Redoubled Valor. Like, it's a good card. At the moment, it doesn't synergize super well with what we've got outside of the being a 6 cost spell. So Silverwing Diver, you know, pretty good card. I'm happy with it, but we already have 4 drops, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick the Stand United pile. Yeah, we've got some interesting piles here as well. So we've got a really powerful 5 drop in Swiftwing Lancer. Green Fang Warden, pretty good. It comes in with a barrier, which synergizes with our Shen. Otherwise, this Inspiring Mentor Young Witch pile also looks quite strong. Another 2 drop, another 2 drop here. Another nice 1 drop. I think I'm just going to grab this pile. All of those piles were nice though. Okay, Fuzzy Caretaker is very strong. Mage Seeker Investigator. Honestly, pretty happy to pick up more copies of that considering how many 6+ cost cards we have. War Chefs just isn't good enough anymore. It's just too easy for this unit to be eaten when it attacks. So I think I'm just going to pick these two. You know, another spell for our Lux. Another card that synergizes with our 4 6-cost spells. Caretaker's really good, but this Stand United I'm not too interested in having to. Alright. I mean, I think Yusari Spirit's Refuge is a step above the other 2 packs. Mobilize is just not good. Like, don't play this card. I don't want to run this card. Green Fang Warden, I'm very interested in. Ranger's Resolve, not too interested in. Laurent Duelist, you know, not bad. But Yusari is just so good. And Spirit's Refuge just works really well with everything that we're trying to do here. Alright. Well, Mage Seeker Persuader is a really good payoff card for our 6-cost spells. Obviously, it's not going to be a challenger, you know, on curve. But later on, it's going to get powered up. Silverwing Diver, also, you know, not bad. We still do have a lot of 4-drops, so not thrilled with that. Single Combat Detain, you know, good spells, but we already have a lot of spells. And, you know, if these were competing against different piles, I would feel a lot more comfortable taking it. But, you know, Yusari is great. Inspiring Mentor, also pretty good. So I'm actually a bit torn between these 2 piles. I mean, once we cast a 6+ cost spell, how much do we care about this being a 4/3 challenger? Yeah, I think we still take this pile. There are a lot of really good 5-drops in Demacia. So, you know, we still have a few picks to get one of those. Few options. Whimsy is okay removal. I mean, it's a little bit awkward. It gets blown out a lot in combat. I'm happy to just take 2 more units here. They both work okay with barrier. They're both cheap. Ooh, Unyielding Spirit. I am kind of into this card. Like, a lot of decks just have a lot of difficulty beating this unit. Oh, sorry, this spell, once it's on a unit. Targon can get rid of it, or I suppose if you could silence the unit, that's another way to get rid of it. What's it up against? Scales of the Dragon. I mean, this pick would be pretty good as well. This gives us a spell, it's a unit, so not bad. Spirit's Refuge, pretty good, what we're looking for. This pack, not too bad as well. Inspiring Mentor doesn't seem that bad to me now that it's a 2/1. When it was a 1/2, I wasn't too thrilled with the card, so now that this swap has happened, given how frequently Inspiring Mentor gets offered, I think that actually does help Ionia in Expedition quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and pick this Unyielding Spirit Purify pack. I just want to, you know, see how the Unyielding Spirit goes. There's a chance we get offered a Fiora as a champion pick, and honestly, we might pick it up given the synergy that it'll give us. So, Swiftwing Lancer, just an excellent 5-drop. Spirit's Refuge, pretty good. Fleet Feather Tracker, I mean, that is something that we would love to have. Silverwing Vanguard, definitely not bad either. I think I'm going to grab the Lancer pack, just give us a little bit more of a top end. Ooh, Greenglade Duo is quite strong as well. Detain, Horns of the Dragon. I mean, this card does seem pretty good with, like, barrier units. sorry, cards that give barrier. Just because then, they basically have to throw something in front of it and that unit is going to die. So you basically get rid of one of their units every turn. Okay, reinforcements, purify. I mean, we don't really want another purify. We'd maybe be interested in reinforcements given the synergy it has. So, I mean, third Spirit's Refuge is starting to be a little bit much. But Greenglade Duo does seem very good. Let's just grab that. See what we get here. Excellent. So we're definitely not picking this middle pack. This just looks terrible for us. But Discipline and Retribution both look pretty good. So a 1-drop, 3-drop that can draw us more cards. That fills out our curve really well. Yusari is very strong, but I just think having a 3-drop in our curve is going to actually be more important than having this better 5-drop. We already have a lot of really strong things to do once we get enough mana, so let's shore up the early game a bit. Yeah, I will trade Purify for another Mage Seeker Investigator. I think that's going to work out well given the way that our deck is looking. I wouldn't want another Stand United. I would consider a Greenglade Elder, but not for a Herald of the Spring. We just have so many spells in our deck that it's really hard to justify playing a card like that. Alright. So this could be a tough combination to beat. I'm a firm believer that Leona is the best unit in Expedition. I think it's the best card in Expedition. It's the best piece to build your synergy around. So whenever I play against it, I always get a little bit nervous. Feels like it can be an uphill battle. But we'll see how we go. So, do we bank here? Do we play Blinding Assault? Kind of tempted to bank. So, yeah, I'll play Investigator. And now we can surprise them with the Valor if we want to. So let's say, for instance, they play the 0-4, which gives them an extra energy each turn. We might have wanted to play Valor, and then we could kill that in 2 attacks. So an argument can be made to save the Valor to pair with a barrier, for instance on Shen or this Spirit's Refuge. But given the fact that we have a Yusari, I'm just happy to maybe get that trade to happen now while it's less likely that they have access to a Frostbite spell. Alright. Leona is in play. So we could play Shen or we could play a First Blade. I think I'm going to play Shen. Bit of an odd attack. I think I'll block the 2-1. Just because it clears the way for a better attack for me next turn, potentially. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play Yusari. See what they do. There are a lot of pretty strong things they can do. But Yusari also blocks a lot of their plays. That's one of the strengths to Leona. You get offered cards like Solari Soldier. So their 1-drop now is threatening to trade with our 3-drop, our 4-drop, and our 5-drop. So I think I'm just going to attack for 4. So I expect them to have a lot of Frostbite cards because they have an Ash. So in a lot of those synergy picks, they're just going to be offered those cards and they might be inclined to take them. Leona is just like so good. Like, you're just seeing the power of the card this game. it also happens that most of the Daybreak cards are also just some of the best cards as well, and you just get offered them more often when you take a Leona. Okay. A little bit surprised to see a Catalyst in their deck, honestly. I don't think it synergizes super well with what they've got going on. So I have access to 7. I think I would just want to play Mage Seeker Conservator. I want to play Vanguard First Blade, and then I think... Oh, wow. Meteor Shower being cheaper. Alright, well, I'm just going to go ahead and do this then. Atrocity. Yeah, we'll see how that goes this game. Alright, Lux. That is a good card. So, question. I think I'm just going to go ahead and attack like this. We get the barrier. This means Leona can't block either of these. Okay, block on Shen, that's fine. So yeah, I guess we just play Lux. So we play Lux. We're only going to have 3 up. Yeah, I think that's still worth it. Even if they do kill the Shen here, which honestly does seem quite difficult in their combination right now. We'll still be in okay shape. Okay, nice. So what if they have harsh winds? I'm not too scared of harsh. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to start with this. Now we're going to block. Blessing of Targon. So now with Spirit's Refuge our Lux. Lux will transform. We'll get a laser. So yeah, Lux is going to be big enough now to eat the Leona as well, thanks to the Shen buff. Because of the order we put barrier on. Alright, so we're going to go to full health, and then to 17. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to finish off this 4-4. It seems pretty hard for them to come back here, especially if their best play on that turn was Blessing of Targon. So we have a choice next turn on if we do want to attack with Shen or not. Because Shen will trade off for one of their units, which might not be worth it. But given that we have this Atrocity in hand, You know, there's a chance that we just go for a big atrocity lethal play. It's obviously pretty risky given that they have Ash and a lot of likely Frostbite cards to blow that play out. Alright, I think the opponent might have rage quit here. We're not afraid of overextending here. There just aren't that many sweepers in this combination. Also, we're going to have the opportunity to open attack before they can really do anything as well. I'm just not even going to eat any of their units here, I think. So what? So if they go block, they take 6-12 damage. Pretty okay with that. Oh, Shen gives +3. I thought it was +2. That's, yeah, even better. Alright, so what do we get offered? So we get offered a Z, so we're definitely not going to take that over one of these other units. Shen is actually great in our deck. I did not realize how good Shen would be with, you know, these incidental barriers, like Lux, for instance. Normally, when I pick champions, I like being in a spot where I just pick, you know, 3 of one champion and really build around them. But I would absolutely consider having 2 Shens in this list. So I guess at this point, then, the question becomes if I'm likely to pick up a second copy of one of these champions next time. The spells they come with are the main thing that I'm interested in changing now. So single combat, Screeching Dragon, pretty good. Screeching Dragon, really good, fills in a key spot in our curve. Judgment, I mean, that can be a very good spell. Mage Seeker Investigator, pretty happy to pick up more copies of that card as well, honestly. We have 3 already, but, I mean, it's just so strong. I think Screeching Dragon just really pulls everything over the top for me. It just works so well with, like, all of the barrier cards we have so far. It works really well with, like, back-to-back, redoubled, Valor. Yeah, I'm just too happy to get a Screeching Dragon into this deck. So it's funny that we end up picking Shen because of the Demacian card that comes along with him. Alright, another Leona deck. Another, terrifying mono Targon deck. This is actually, I think, one of the best decks in the game. Which is, you know, a little strange to say considering I haven't seen any of their cards, but the fact that they have Diana, Leona, Aurelion Sol, who I think are the 3 best champions from Targon. Possibly just the 3 best champions. Let's get rid of that too. So yeah, big fan of what I'm seeing so far from the opponent. Good discipline to just keep taking Targon cards. Yeah, let's just play Persuader. This Stand United might be very good for us at one point. So I'll play this on turn 3. And then on turn 4, we can play Inspiring Mentor, and we can bank the extra mana. Okay. So yeah, definitely not going to attack here. So yeah, we will have 3 mana banked on turn 5, like at the start of turn 5, I believe. Okay, Priestess. Such a good card. So if they attack with the 2-1 here, then it's pretty likely they got a Meteor Shower and they want to be able to kill both of our units next turn. as this unit will be down to 1 health. That's actually not bad. Not a bad pickup. Still means we'll have 3 mana banked. I think I'm going to attack for 3 here. Not too many things punish us, and we have the option to Spirit's Refuge if we really need to. Okay, I'm always happy to clear these off the board, just because Morning Light is a card which re-triggers all the Daybreaks. Alright. I'm just going to buff up Yasari, I believe. Okay, second Spirit's Refuge. I mean, Shen would be nice in this hand. That's for sure. So we'll see what they do here. They do have a lot of mana banked. Okay, Written in the Stars. That's a strong one. Okay, Diana. So, how do we beat Diana here? So we can't play either of our 5-drops, so I guess we just pass. If we play a 5-drop, it just gets eaten by the Diana. Well then. I think that was a mistake from our opponent. Actually, maybe it wasn't, because... yeah. If I could swap these units... Sorry, if this didn't force me to swap my units, that would be very strong. Because this would have barrier and just eat the Diana. As it is, I just think I let my unit die. Unfortunate. Alright, I'll go ahead and play the Swiftwing Lancer. Because I intend to eat this Diana. Ooh, Young Witch could be really good here. Their deck looks so good, actually. Very impressed by what they've put together. Alright, hopefully this works. Alright, wow. I was expecting them to block the Shadestalker on our Young Witch, but okay, so that's either an Aurelian Soul or a Leona. Kind of sucks we can't play anything else this turn, but... oh, wow. I missed that 2 hours would get barrier, so this would have been really big if I'd used it to eat the Diana last round. Okay, well, they didn't play a Leona. So that leads me to believe that they've got Aurelian Soul, which is going to cost 9 mana for them this game. No need to block that. Ooh. So, combat first, Shen second. The age-old saying. I think I want to keep Yasari healthy. Go ahead and do that. You can attack. don't want you to attack. I'm very tempted to play the Shen. How am I beating the Aurelian Soul next turn is the big question. If I do this and this, I don't really want to burn my barrier cards. And I think I'm going to play one here. So this is alright. Wow. Okay, so they just picked 3 written in the stars. Very interesting. And that's their only block. Can we kill them? Taking 4 right now. Well, let's swap these. 8. Get a detain. Okay. Okay, Leona. You can beat Leona. So do we detain now? That's a question. I think the answer is yes. Detain this. Just make it kind of awkward for them to play Aurelian Soul this turn. Alright, they go for it anyway. Maybe they don't have options. Okay, this isn't going to transform. Ooh. So what happens if I do this? So now I can potentially kill Aurelian Soul in combat. That sounds pretty awesome. Let's deal as much damage as we can to them. Actually, no, that doesn't really make sense, does it? So Shen. Actually, I think I want to have this buff my challenger unit, just in case they play like the Pale Cascade. And I'll attack like this. Don't want to play like attack with that, so they can't get their Leona back easily. But yeah, we should get to kill Aurelian Soul here. Deal 6 to them. Okay, Living Legends. I mean, that's not really that good. I guess they're just pretty desperate here, is that it? I mean, if they play a giant unit here, we can always play a Mage Seeker Investigator. Alright, Falling Comet. I think it might have been better for them to kill our Investigator so they would get back their Leona. But who knows, they might have another one. That might be why they're doing that. You know what, I think I'm actually happy doing a single combat between this unit and their Crescent Guardian. And then playing another Investigator. They don't really have any ways to punish us right now or interact with that. And we're just not really using our mana. And then we'll have access to double Detain next turn if we like as well. Which could be really strong. Based on where we are in the draft, they only have 3 champions. So we've dealt with all 3 of their champions. We've dealt with Leona, which is under our Mage Seeker Investigator. We killed off their Diana, and we dealt with Aurelion Soul, so... Alright, Star Shaping is actually really good for them here. Because we no longer just have lethal. We'll be forced to take an action first. Okay. Do I want to put them under the same unit? I think I do. I put everything under the same unit. It's a bit easier to protect it. Alright. Good game, opponent. Good game. Ooh, getting close to that champion capsule. More about that. Alright, well, we're not getting rid of Mage Seeker Insider for basically anything. Even though we haven't drawn it yet, I think it's going to be really good. Succession for a back-to-back, that's something that I would consider. But, I mean, given the makeup of the rest of our deck, I don't think I want to do that. Vanguard Redeemer for a doubled Valor, you know, same argument. I think we've got enough 6+ cost spells. And the cards that we're being offered, sorry, that they're trading for, are pretty good in our deck. Okay, so we'll definitely keep our Shen. It's like a linchpin of our deck. They have Twisted Fate, Misfortune. So this Young Witch seems pretty easy to punish. A Quinn as well. So yeah, Misfortune and any challenger unit, like the Valor, like, I mean, Young Witch is a pretty good card, but it just doesn't work that well with any of our other units here as well. Keeping Redeemer is a little bit sketchy, because we're unlikely to have traded off a unit, but we'll see how we go. We have the odd attack here, which doesn't quite work with our hand, but who knows, we still have time to get there. Alright. Let's skip block. I'll play Herald of Spring. So we're going to have an interesting choice next turn, potentially. Okay. Interesting. So our potential choice this turn could be to play Vanguard Redeemer. So what we could do is we could attack with Herald of Spring, and then if they block, we just play Redeemer and draw a card. But given how the rest of our hand is looking, I don't think we want to do that. I'm just going to play Investigator because there's a chance we can attack with it. Unyielding Spirit plus Dragon seems like a really good combination. Oh, wow. Very strong from the opponent. Very strong. So I played a 1-drop that let them play a 3-mana card on turn 2, and then they played a 4-mana card on turn 3. Oh. Okay, what's our game plan here? Guess we're going to play Shen. Dragon is going to try to eat this 3-3. Do we want to block with Shen? I think so. We open Shen up to some ways for it to die, but we also open up other good potential attacks on this board. Oh, nice. We get the redoubled Valor as well. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to play Dragon. We really need this to work. So what could they play? TF Gold card would be pretty bad for us here. Obviously, if they had a way to make this deep this turn, that would be, like, unbeatable. Alright. Gold card it is. Okay, I guess we're passing. I mean, I think we can get a good Stand United off this turn. I wish we had the opportunity to play, redoubled Valor, single combat. Okay, we have a couple of options based off this attack. This is still probably best for us. Get the Detain. Maybe we should have used Mage Seeker Investigator here, actually. Just in case. Okay. I feel like Purify is like the only card that deals with this Unyielding Spirit. Oh, I could have done that in combat. That would have been way better, actually. Right, give me this TF. They're way too close to getting deep, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And then we can single combat away this 3-3, hopefully. Alright, riposte. Fair enough. Ooh. This is transforming, isn't it? Okay, very powerful card. We'll see what we can do. We're not completely out of this game yet. That's not a bad draw. That's on the stack. Let's fight. Bang. Alright, they are now deep. So, I want to save this Detain for combat, because, I mean, there's a chance that they have a Quinn in their hand, right? Okay, that's a little bit problematic. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to play Detain right now. I guess that's a reason to wait till combat. I'm kind of okay with them not attacking with more. I guess the reason that they didn't is because they don't want us to be able to kill this Abyssal Eye with our Screeching Dragon. So, smart play from the opponent. Thankfully, we have redoubled Valor. So I think I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to play Valor. So we got one huge unit. Interesting block from the opponent. I'm pretty happy with that. I assumed it was just going to be eaten by one of their, 4 toughness units. And now I get to play Vanguard Redeemer as well. Having Vulnerable could end up being an issue. Oh, that was like a perfect draw. Having access to another 1-drop here is just excellent. Wow. Awesome. So, we just built one big monster, and that was enough to get us there. Pretty happy with the result. Alright, we get to pick another champion here. Ooh, there's the Fiora. Fiora is really good in this deck. With 2 Shen, 3 Spirit, Refuge, back to back, Unyielding Spirit, Redoubled Valor. This Windfarer seems pretty good. Senna is like medium. What else have we got? I don't want a 3rd Shen, even though Yasari is quite good. 2nd Lux would be really good, especially with these 2 spells. Man, I mean, Lux seems really good, but I'm interested in seeing how this Fiora goes. That's the one thing that makes me kind of regret picking the Shen last round. But that being said, if we didn't have Unyielding Spirit, maybe we wouldn't be picking Fiora here, so... Alright. So, just looking to fill out our curve a bit and have some ways to fight off their early units. Maybe find some barriers to deal with Fiora and to pair with this Greenglade Caretaker. So I'm going to play Conservator here. They both attack for the same amount of damage. And we're also much happier trading this off for their 1-drop. So for instance, they played a 2-1, we wouldn't attack without 1-2, and then they could attack and we wouldn't necessarily block. So definitely just going to attack here. Wait to see what they have. If they play a Fiora here, I'm almost definitely just going to bank the mana, I think, for potentially a back to basics. Alright, so do we play a Tasty Fey Folk or do we play a Mage Seeker Investigator? I think Fey Folk makes the most sense. The only downside to Fey Folk here is that now that they've played this, all of their units have +1/+1. So literally any unit that had 1 power before will now like trade for this. So really hoping they don't have a Fiora this turn. Okay. How do we beat this? I guess we're most likely going to need to detain it. I'm a little bit surprised by that. I think it was better for them to just attack with the Valor on this Fey Folk, wait to see what happened. And yeah, I guess you get 1 extra damage. Me being able to block their 1/1 is like actually an advantage to me. Wow. Okay, that is great. That could not have gone better. So now what do we do? Do we play Shen? Do we play Investigator? So we want to bank mana here, I'm pretty sure. Shen plus no attack. Yeah, wow, that was so good for us. I mean, it makes sense for them not to go for that there, based on what's in their hand, but at the same time, that is just unreal good. And now we do actually have access to ways to punish this Fiora. Wow, they did actually get a lot of value off that that Greenglade Elder. I wonder what they used this on, because I didn't use it on Draven. I don't understand. This Valor should definitely just be attacking by itself first here, I think. Okay. Sure. Okay, interesting position. I think I want to do something that Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, so I should be blocking this 5/5 then. Definitely. That was just a mistake. Just take one extra damage for no reason. Alright, Riposte isn't that bad for me here. Oh, I guess we get one damage on the Draven this way. Which could be relevant. It means Shen can attack through Draven potentially. So, I guess we want to start getting some detains happening. I think I'm pretty happy with this unit attacking. The only combination that I'm not happy about is if they block with Greenglade Elder and then use a spinning axe. Maybe they're just too likely to do that for me to go for this play. Yeah, that was a mistake from me. Oh well. Really need to keep the Spirit's Refuge for these detains, I think. Yeah, interesting game. I think I've made a few mistakes, which were pretty easy to avoid, honestly. Let's go ahead and play this Lancer. Okay, Swole Squirrel. Interesting. Makes sense. We can't detain and and have a barrier card. So I think I just want to block here, and then I think I want to save my barrier to protect the unit that detains something else. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, that could be interesting. See, I'm going to choose this ally. I think I just want to get rid of Fiora. She's just too scary. Okay. So we can't get away with attacking with Shen here, otherwise I totally would. Cool. Okay. So Yusari is a little bit problematic. But I do think it's beatable. Gonna play the Green Glade duo so that we have a blocker. I think opponents spamming us because we are playing a little bit slow. Alright, single combat is a pretty good draw here as well. Okay. So transform you into you. Well, okay, let's think about how we're going to spend everything. So we're going to play Spirit's Refuge. We're going to play single combat, I think. And I guess we're not playing back-to-back, so yeah, I guess we will transform you into you. I mean, I have no idea. Is this just going to be a 4-2, or are we going to get the 8-6? Okay, we get the 8-6. That's awesome. Okay. So let's, yeah, block here. So we'll definitely buff you up. You can fight. Do you fight here? We fight here. We fight here. I think that just does save us a bit more life. A little less risky. That was a really strong turn from them. I mean, we fought back pretty hard. I thought we were in a very, very good position. So, yeah, very good play from the opponent. Oh, Spirit's Refuge is nice. So we have 11 mana, so we can play Investigator plus Sergeant and Detain this turn if we like. I mean, that does sound pretty good to me. Now I'm just going to get in for 8. Got the Spirit's Refuge to heal up again, and then we can kill them with Windfarer Hatchling next turn if they don't have an elusive blocker. Sorry, not next turn, next attack token. They'll heal 4, so they'll go up to 16. And we should be able to back to back plus Windfarer Hatchling buff to kill them elusively. I can't imagine them not open attacking here. I kind of like the way that strike is worded. Like, you can still strike through a barrier, but you can't strike with 0 power. So get some interesting counterplay options. I think I'll play Yasari here if they let me. Oh wow, another one. It's a bit surprising considering it's an epic, but yeah, not bad. I mean, I think we still slam the Yasari. Okay. So, trade. Eat. Chomp. Alright, let's do this. Shen will transform. Yeah, the opponent's deck has been very strong. They're on too much life now for us to be able to kill them. Given we don't have, we weren't able to bank any mana to be able to back to back plus Runeterra Hatchling. These spirit refuges have been amazing. Alright, so let's go ahead, let's play Windfarer. Alright, well, wait, let's figure this out. So we can attack, buff this up to 11, buff it up to 14. That's not enough. They're going to be able to block with their life steal before we deal damage if we want this barrier buff. So, yeah, let's play Hatchling. God, a Kato as well. So we can play Senna and then one of these two spells and still have Deny backup. So yeah, our only goal here is to not die, so... with that in mind. We can't give back their unit, so I guess this is our best block. It's what, 8? Go up to 10 with these axes, but then if they do that, they don't have any other spells. But if they have a back-to-back, I can't beat that because Deny won't hit it. But I just can't beat that. Unless I block and then I don't have lethal next turn, so I think I'm just going to block like this. Oh no, this has Overwhelm? Am I just dead? Wow. Oh, okay, I guess we've got the back to back. But yeah, I definitely should have swapped those blocks. I just completely forgot this had Overwhelm. So, you know, if we lose by 2, that's why. So, do they have a way to deal an extra 3 damage? Regardless, pretty big mistake from me. Just a little bit careless there. This has been a really good game, honestly. So they're going to 14. Wow, okay. I think we're going to lose. Oh, wow, they have a blocker as well. Okay, we're definitely going to lose. Shen. Okay. Do we have a way out of this? So what happens if we buff all of our units? Nothing. Alright, well, let's attack. I think our opponent actually played super well. Yeah, pretty impressed with their play. I think we made a few mistakes. I'm not sure if we would have won the game if we played that a little bit differently. But I'm not too disappointed to lose that one. Interesting. I mean, these 3 cards we really want in our deck. I mean, I'd love to have a Radiant Guardian. I'd love to have a Riposte, but I think I just want to skip this trade. Usually the way that I make my trade choices is the difference between the cards that are being traded. So if I'm trading a bad card for a medium card, I'm more likely to do that than trade a good card for a better card, just because the delta between the 2 cards is bigger in the first case. Alright, let's get some redemption matches happening. Alright. Callista Nocturne. So they're just Shadow Isles. That's good to know. Do I have any way to beat Unyielding Spirit? And they could be pretty aggressive, so keeping an 8-drop seems a little loose, but it does seem like the kind of card where they can't really beat it once it's on a unit. Having a 1-drop and a decent 4-drop makes me feel okay about keeping it. Potentially get this down on turn 5 on a Shen even. That sounds pretty nice, actually. If they have a lot of Mistwraiths, that could be a problem. thought there was a chance that our opponent wouldn't block there, but maybe it's still not really worth it. Just want to unlock a few more options. Okay. Well, we'll see if they play something first or if they just attack. So, Ooh, I think we might actually play the first blade. We'll see what they do here. Okay, well, I'm going to play Shen in that case, because Shen can block. So I just sunk a lot of resources into this Callista, so I'm going to see if I can kill the Callista. So Callista will transform, so if they have another Callista, they get to play it transformed. Fair play. But at least that means they're not just playing a Callista here and then getting to open attack with it before I can play something that could potentially block it. So at this point, we're just trying to set up a really good Unyielding Spirit target. Preferably one that can't be removed in response to, like, while this is on the stack, because that's really their only way to beat it at the moment. Just going to play Cithria. I don't feel too threatened at the moment. Alright, Nocturne. Still not really that bad. Okay, taking 9 is actually pretty bad. Is this a fast spell? Alright, it's a slow spell. I feel pretty good about playing Fiora here. Giving all my units Fearsome here means this 2-1 can't trade for the Shen. I am okay with this happening. Yep. Hopefully that's going to be enough to put us out of reach. Yeah, let's just get a detain. Okay, interesting choice. Because now we get to detain before they get a Callista trigger. Okay. Ooh, deny is nice. Deny is really nice. Because now we can set up the Unyielding Spirit plus Deny combo. I have one card left. I'm just going to play it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they have removal for the Fiora, that means they don't have removal for the Mage Seeker Investigator, so... Ooh. Are we dead? Hmm. Well, if they attack next turn without killing us, then we can kill them with our, like, invincible Fiora. We're only taking 3 off this attack. They get their Callista back, but they're not going to get another attack, so who cares? So the main thing here is just to never be in a position where they can use Deny effectively. Okay, so now I'm going to play Redoubled Valor. That way we'll have Deny up, and this way our Fiora will be big enough to kill their unit. Like, for instance, if they had some way to pump up their unit, that could be a way to beat this. We're also going to take the Callista, just in case they have a way to, like, kill their own unit. So if they have to do that, they have to kill their Callista and be left with a 3/3 instead. Alright, awesome. The Fiora win always feels pretty good. Yeah, that combo is sick. It's so hard for so many decks to beat. We have not drawn this card. Man, I almost want to... I mean, these swaps again just don't seem super great. If we had more units compared to spells, I would probably take Greenglade Elder. But as it stands, I'm happy enough to skip. Let's re-roll this quest. See if we can get a 1500 one. Right, not today. Oh, it's going to be an easy one to do though. Get some barriers happening. Ooh, another mono Targon deck. So Unyielding Spirit is at its worst against Targon, so happy to toss it back here. Even though we kept an 8-drop in our opener in the last round. So yeah, Mentor buffing Conservator. We'll see if they have a 1-drop and what it is. Yep. This Soldier, it's just so good. It just stops me from attacking. Or they can attack as a 3/3 on turn 2. So I'm not sure if I'll trade here. Just because if I trade, then I don't have a target to hit with Fiora. Yeah, I'll take 2 damage to be able to hit something with Fiora. It's almost trading 2 damage, because then these 2/1s can attack as well. So cards that punish me. Pale Cascade is the main card that I'm worried about here. Okay, Zenith Blade. That's pretty good, actually. I draw another. Now their Leona will transform next turn if they have one. Okay. Good play from the opponent. So really hoping they don't have Leona here. Okay, that's good. That's fine. I think we just play Shen. I think they should attack with the 3/4 and the 4/4. Yep, so do they. The unit's going to grow to 3, but then Shen Fiora can finish it off. We'll have Spirit's Refuge back up. Okay. As long as this happens, I don't mind. Raven, pretty strong card. I'm just going to play a unit that threatens to trade with it. We also then have some barrier shenanigans which could happen. Deny could actually be quite good because they have a lot of really good like celestial cards if they have a way to invoke, and then we're really scared of something like a Meteor Shower or an Obliterate. So having a Deny to interact with those when our barriers won't is pretty good. Morning Light, okay. Do we counter that? I don't think so. Be like a decent attack, but it's not that good if we play Stand United. Could potentially just play Spirit Refuge. So I play Spirit's Refuge on this unit. Yeah, I like this. So Spirit's Refuge, eat you, block you. And then we get to draw a card off Vanguard Redeemer. And now we have a really good like open attack next turn as well. So what are our options? I just don't want this unit to get overwhelmed. So if we swap these two, this would only go up to 6. So Shen would transform off the first one, then the second unit would get +3 attack. So go up to 4. Okay, so we can't really profitably do anything about that. So I guess I'm just going to let that happen then. I am quite worried about that Zenith Blade. Okay, so they're playing the Zenith Blade. So I want access to 10 mana next turn. I shouldn't have played this Herald. I should have played Redoubled Valor. I just kind of forgot my plan. So we'll deny that. Pass to them. So Shen, then Fiora. And I think that works the way that I hope it does. Okay, so Shen gets the buff there. Interesting. So we take 1 extra damage. And we don't get a Fiora trigger. It kind of blows, but it's alright. Okay. Actually, yeah, I guess we want Fiora to have barrier this turn. Awesome. That was a pretty tight game. That deny came in real handy. Yep, 10 out of 5 in the first game. Not bad. We got some barriers. We got some barriers. Honestly, a lot of really good trades for us here. I think Swiftwing Lancer is amazing, so I'd be very happy with this trade. Greenglade Duo is really good. We need more 2s. Succession isn't bad. Jeweled Protector, really solid. We're missing some like top end. Blinding Assault, not the best, but I think we want to hold on to Blinding Assault. I think we want to hold on to Succession. Not 100% sure on that one, but man, I really like Swiftwing Lancer, so happy to make that trade. The more like good challenger units we have with all of our barriers, the better as well. Alright, so we have Odd Attack. So Swiftwing Lancer is pretty good. Duo's okay. Investigator is like fine. So I'm happy to keep this 5-drop here. I would have tossed it back if we'd had even attack token. Just because I think it just gets a bit worse when you can't attack with it till turn 6. Senna is like an excellent attacking unit here, so our Green Glade Duo is super vulnerable in this matchup. These are the two colours that can most easily answer sort of cheap units. So they might have a way to deal 1 damage to this, or, you know, a Mystic Shot or whatever else. So here I think we want to set up Young Witch into Swiftwing Lancer to try to eat this Callista. Alright, Ezreal. Yeah, I'll just play Young Witch here, I think. This is a really bad Ezreal attack, yeah. Okay, they know that. Okay, so here comes the Lancer. I mean, they do have some ways to punish this. It's not really one of them. Yeah, I guess now I'm just killing Callista. If they have a way to save their Callista here, that could be a bit of a problem. Alright, cool. Thresh. Ooh. That's some synergy. That's not bad. Alright, so they've gotten 3 champions now, and I want to play a champion. Oh, thank God they played something first. That's really good for us. Potentially. Let's play Investigator here. Cool. Swap those around. Eat your Ezreal. Make it detain. Not enough units die for this Thresh to transform. Oh, wait. Enough do. Okay. Well, we're going to have to detain that. That was going to be the plan anyway, but might be a bit more challenging now. Shady character. Okay. God, I want to play that Lux. Shouldn't though. I'm mostly just waiting to see what they play here before I go for the detain. I mean, they know I have the detain as well. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I feel alright going for this detain now. I mean, they could have had the Mystic Shot, which would have blown me out, but I think it's still worth it there. Okay, the Puff Cap Peddler. Alright, I'll play a 3-3. And now I guess we go for the elusive victory, while keeping Spirit's Refuge up. So we can beat a Piltover and Zorn. Alright. Let's try and kill our own unit here, I guess. Okay, I think that was a bit of a misstep from the opponent. I mean, they get the extra shrooms into our deck, but we have way more information on this attack now. Whether or not we want to do it. I think we do. Okay, you die if you block like that. Okay. I think that's a fair block. This Cursed Keeper has done like almost nothing this game. It's dealt like 3 or 4 damage maybe. It's going to be a juicy target for this Lux as well. Interesting. Okay, so they get Thresh back. Is that enough to put them back in this game, I wonder? So if I play Lux, she has Barrier. I mean, nothing can really go that wrong for me here, can it? That was like amazing though. I can eat one of my units now. I don't know why that didn't. I'm going to put Lethal on board and see what happens. Yeah, they could have eaten one of my units with Thresh and put a champion into play. That's alright. Alright, I mean, I'm going to go for Lethal here, I think. Putting it on the 5-4 because it plays around like all of the instant speed removal they could have, better than putting it on the 3-2 or on Lux. Alright, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we're going to have some swaps here. Inspiring Mentor for Scales. I think we want Mentor based on our curve. Redeemer for Grizzled Ranger. That's an interesting one. Grizzled Ranger is really strong. It also seems like okay with Barrier. Could definitely see that being good. How many copies of Redeemer do we have? 1. We're never making this bottom swap. So it's just this middle swap we're considering. I mean, if we didn't have so many 4-drops already, I would definitely make this swap, but as it is, I think I'm going to skip. Part of the reason being is if we later get offered like more like 4 or 5 drops that might be better than Grizzled Ranger, we can make those swaps more easily than if we already have one less 3 and one extra 4. We have not drawn this card at all. Will of Ionia is really good. I feel like this card is going to be excellent for us as well, though. 6/5 for 4. Unique effect that's a strong spell. I think I want Will of Ionia. Not swapping a 1-drop for this. I don't think I want Yasari for the Will. It's close. I think I want to hold on to Deny over a Remembrance here. Deny has been actually pretty clutch for us. I think the way that our deck has ended up, we're vulnerable to a lot of cards that Barrier can't deal with, but Deny can deal with them. Ooh, Fate Guide is very strong, but I'm super happy to get a Fleet Feather Tracker for a mediocre 3-drop. Some interesting choices. I think I just want another Greenglade Duo. That card is just great. I mean, yeah, I would happily take another Greenglade Duo. Suddenly, our early game has increased dramatically, which was sort of one of the biggest weaknesses of this deck was, getting some early chip damage. So these Greenglade Duos we've picked up along the way are going to help a lot. I think my favourite game of this run was when we got to keep the Unyielding Spirit, the 8-mana spell, in our opening hand. Just based on the fact that they probably wouldn't have ways to remove our unit once it was on it. And then we just drew the Fiora as well. Like, how lucky can you get? Alright, so we're really hoping we find someone. If we hit 2 minutes in the queue, we play against an AI deck, and, that can sometimes be challenging. Like, the AI plays, like, reasonably well, and the decks are, like, usually, like, pretty decent. But at the same time, I would much rather play against another human who has 6 wins. Ooh, getting close. I've only ever played against the AI bot once, and it was the Braum Poro deck. And, I had a really, really sweet Leona deck where I had like 4 Leonas and like 20 Daybreak cards, so I won pretty easily. But I could imagine actually having a tough time against an AI with this deck. Oh, is it going to happen? Oh, it's happening. It's happening. All right, here we go. Okay, wow, it didn't happen. Okay, there we go. Maybe. I don't know what's happening anymore. All right, Porobot AI. But then it's a Yasuo and a Darius. So, all right, cool. Okay, so they're going to have a bunch of ways to like stun our unit, so it's not going to be an impenetrable wall. They're also going to have Will of Ionia. So Unyielding Spirit, not a card we want in this matchup. We have the even attack token, which means I want to get rid of Swiftwing Lancer. Hopefully hit more of a curve. Most of these bots have really aggressive early starts. Alright, we draw the Unyielding Spirit. I don't think it's going to be good, but we'll see. I'm just going to play Young Witch here. The rationale being we'd be attacking for 1. This is going to attack for 1 anyway, and most 2 toughness units we're going to be able to attack through and get 3 damage in. So had we played the Mage Seeker Persuader, it would have been a little worse, I think. So which unit do we want to block with? I think I want to play Persuader. I think I would much rather get a Detain later on, and that also gives us the ability to bank some some energy here. Bank some mana. So I've got a sick attack chain here. Alright, they break it up. Disappointing. I really wanted to Young Witch on the Shen, and then Shen to give barrier to the Caretaker. I'm going to pass here. I don't mind banking mana. Oh, misclick. Oh, I was trying to play Stand United. Oh, that's awkward. Alright. Well. Oh. Oh. You hate to see it. Losing this run on a misclick is not going to feel great. Alright, well, I'm going to just play Swiftwing Lancer. Oh, Darius, okay. So, I guess we just kill the Darius. Do we want to trade this off? Probably not. So, thankfully, our mistake doesn't punish us as hard as it could. Glory Seeker. Oh boy. That is not good. Not good at all. Probably should have used one of my barrier cards there. Alright. I definitely forgot Yasuo's other ability of dealing damage to units. So not the tightest play from me. So do I play around the bounce? I think I will. I think I'll hold on to this Unyielding Spirit. Yeah. For this exact reason. I think I'd rather just have a 3-3 in play than try to draw an extra card off it. So, let's just double check this is a Stand United. It is. Let's make the swap. Get our Detain. Okay, another will. That is still fine. Just get that down again. I mean, they've played 2 copies of Will of Ionia. Oh, that's okay. We can detain this Reckoner if we need to. We have the Will of Ionia back up. Okay. So what's like... okay. So I think we have to detain in combat here. So if we attack with both... Yeah, I think it's still better to play center here. Okay. So grab that. Kill their unit. Make sure our unit doesn't die to their Windfarer. I feel like we're going to get there. Yeah, you can kill my unit. You can rally. You can have a second attack token. Now we're definitely just going to open attack here. No need to give them, you know, some opportunity to stun all of our units. No problem. Alright, so unfortunately we played the last round against an AI. We made a few missteps and almost ended up losing that round, but thankfully we got there. Ooh, get some bonus XP. Unlock that champion capsule. Nice. Alright, trial complete. 7 wins. Claim some rewards, see what we get. Alright, 2 epics. I'll take that. I'll take that. You know, I'm going to crack open this champion capsule while I'm here as well. Okay, Sky's Descent. It's only going to get better the more dragons they print. Alright, what do we get? Alright, nice. We got a Quinn. I think that completes our set of Quins. Pretty happy with that. Alright, everyone. Well, thank you for tuning in. Always happy to get a 7-win run on camera. The deck was pretty sweet. And I'll see you again next time.